Gobby, sing a song with the song of lemon sabbat in the Gobby voice. Ooh, Gobby town. Some people viewing. And we are live! Hey everybody, Ray, good to glad to have you. V, good to glad to have you. Misigo, good to glad to have you. Raven, good to glad to have you. Infinite, good to glad to have you. Decoy, good to glad to have you. Kiko, good to glad to have you. Umino, good to glad to have you. Sorry about that, guys. I know that I was a little bit off on the time. It was meant to be 3 p.m. and then I moved back down to 2:30 because, well, I accidentally had down 2. But it'll be fine. We're gonna try to clear 6.3 today. Yes, that patch with the Thancred himself, Rubicante. Let me catch up on you guys real quick before we get going. Hello, lovely people. To you too as well, Ray, V. Indeed. Woohoo! More company during my workday. Yeah, there you go, Misigo. That's why we're going early. Greetings, Raven. I hope your holiday is going well. We're still at port right now, having such a yummy but dangerous drink. Good. Yeah, Ray, you got a new profile picture? What's going on? Yeah, it's the one I use on Discord. I noticed the one I used here didn't have my Ahriman choker, so I had to go. Well, do you need to change? Do we need to get you the background for it? Because right now the background for it's white, which is interesting. Speaking of alt, before I left my third alt, I made a new character so my papa can watch me play 14. Excited to see his reaction to the story. Yeah, it'll be good. Bow buns. It's the bow bun. Yeah, the boots. That's the boots. I may or may not have ordered sounds a little low. Here, let me fix it. Testing. Desktop audio should be good. Everything should be good. Sound is a little low. Maybe it's just because I'm looking away from the mic. Give me a second, I'll fix it. Blue Embers max. I don't know why it shouldn't be low. Could be a little louder. Well, I'll just bump myself up. Let me know if all of a sudden I get loud for any reason. But yeah, I may or may not have ordered some bow buns, so we will have them hopefully when we catch up there. Donald Brooms, Desk, good to glad to have you. Laffy, good to glad to have you. I got some about the size from a local family-owned place that they were amazing. Yeah, I made a bow buns from scratch, but dough twisting. Yeah. I still end up with bow buns in any activity result I'm pursuing. Indeed, at least they attempt to be tasty. Oh man, all this talk about bow buns make me want to stop at the store and grab some. Do it. Now you have nothing better to do. Well, is Infinite back? Or did I start while Infinite was away? Streamer, right, rabble. Yeah, okay, Decoy. Good to have you too. Umino, the suspense. How's your day? My day is hunky-dory. Accidentally sent my friend who's currently learning to play tank to Duty Finder 08 fighting Kefka. He did better than other tanks. Good job. Mid-19th century, original US hunky from the Dutch honk home base in games. The origin of Dory is unknown. Huh! That's where hunky-dory comes from? Should have known it was the Dutch. Okay. Search committee work is so boring and tedious. Important, but a lot of paperwork. It's good, but important shit. It makes society go. I can't be judged on the volume right now. I'm in a loud bar after. Sounds much better. Sounds better now. Okay. Shall we go ahead and get 6.3 started? Oh, look, it's a wild V in the... Shall we go ahead and... Can I get confirmation that we should begin it? Once more unto the void, my friends. Tracy, good to see you. Glad to have you. Bump up the game sound a little bit. Well, you know what might be part of it? I think I turned my game down in here. Game sound down in here. Yeah. All right, let me know if the game sounds good. Sounds good, Lappy. I'm a busy bit up under the tree to provide scenery, but I am with you in spirit. Aw, thank you, Infinite. What are you up to right now? Spending time with friends after work, and I may or may not try and convince them to go to a place where I can get boots. Do it. Shion! Good to see you, glad to have you. Oh, I meant to go to the Megaduta. I just went to Mayord's Mayhem. Doing good. Game sounds good. Cool. You heading off? Okay, have a good time, Raven. I am doing roulettes with friends. Well, sounds good. I'm gonna try to make it to book club tonight for our lore book club, so I'm gonna have to like speed on through. So I'm gonna get us going right off the bat. Can hardly hear the game sound. Other people said it was good. I'll try adjusting it on my end. We'll see how that goes. How's the game sound now compared to my voice? Test, 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 test. Better? Does it need to be louder, quieter? Gonna get a final verdict before we begin the cutscenes. It's good? Sounds good. Okay. Still need to buy the other two. Well, I'd offer you one of my copies, but currently they are in use, so... But we do have T-Tools. Sadly, that doesn't... I guess that we still don't have Encyclopedia Eorzea in T-Tools yet. We're working on that, though. Ah, Elio. As always, your timing is most fortuitous. I wish to share with you news of concerning Zero. You will recall that in exchange for Aether, she agreed to aid us in our search for my sister. At Yastura's suggestion, I began providing said Aether in the form of food. Zero has found the arrangement to be agreeable, and has been eating steadily. In part due to that, she claims to have already made a full recovery. If you and the others are ready as well, I would set forth for the Void once more. Excellent. I shall inform the Ystola and Estinian, and then go to collect my other vessel from the alchemists. In the meantime, might I ask that you fetch Zero? She was absent when I visited her chambers earlier, but I suspect you will find her in the corridor connecting Yuj and Kama. It seems she's grown partial to the view of the city it affords. Once we have attended to our respective tasks, let us gather here. Sorry, I need to open a window. It's very hot in here. Well, they're chock full of lore goodness. Although, to be fair, a lot of the information to them is already in-game. Honestly, the majority of information, which is a good thing. But yeah, I just got finished streaming conversation over with Chris and Brian from Work to Game. I think some of you guys caught that. Did any of you guys have any thoughts about some of the conversation points that we had in there? Like, that we went over? Oh, I saw some of you guys in chat, but I wasn't able to catch a lot of it. That's very good. So glad to have you. I hope you are having a great day too. Or did any of you strongly disagree or strongly agree with some of the stuff we were going over? Because that's the thing is I know my opinions. I know why I have my opinions, but I mean, like, for instance, me and Brian have very big differences of like what we want out of 14. I mean, just like a good example, right? He was talking about having relics maintain usefulness, whereas like I specifically kind of like they're just glam effectively after an expansion. But I like if 14 was like WoW or was like New World or more open world, I'd be more for that. Like I guess I want my games to pick a lane of either being like the 14 style, like hyper concise, hyper like, you know, everything's glam, things are that like, you know, very, very, very balanced to a point of being boring, or just be complete chaos. But like going in between, I tend to be, I don't know, less of a fan of. I think Guild Wars 2 tried to do that and has been very messy throughout its execution.
Everyone is so carefree. Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness, and how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant. Such luxury is a loss to us. We have no hopes or dreams, and even the release of death. Only only hunger. Others are a means to an end, at times a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed, or to die. I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a voidsent at heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why. What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end? But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it.
Confirmation.
Why are you here? Was there something you needed?
Well, we were planning to return to the Void now that you're rested.
So you're heading back now? Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
Man, I love it when I come up with the lines like on the spot, hoping it's like, I hope this syncs with what they're gonna say, and then it does. They always make some good points. Oh yeah. Brian and Chris are great. It's always funny, Tracy. I sometimes like see you in their chat, like when I watch some of their VODs. I always love seeing some of you guys pop up. I love the Endwalker relic so much. In design or the system, Shion, like the Tombstone system. Curious about E3 Nier commentary. I haven't gone through it and didn't know what that was about. Is it non-cam confirmed? Well, no. Effectively, so one of you guys put it really, really well. E3 unconfirmed it, but it didn't say it's not canon. And what we mean by that is it has all the Alliance raids in it, all of them. And it's an information up to Shadowbringers and the Shadowbringers patch cycle. The information in it stops at basically at 5.55. But Nier's not in it at all. The only thing that's in it is Konog and Enog, except for they're only the information about them that treats them as normal dwarves, and nothing of the other stuff is in it. It's literally burnt out of it. Like, here, let me. So there's nothing about Nier whatsoever. Actually, sorry. There's I said up to 5.5. Charlie and stuff, Endwalker stuff is also in here. Everything up to 6.0 is what I meant to say, not up to 5.55. I was just thinking about Alliance raids. This is Fourth Legion, Scars of the Studio. No, we can go back. Here we go. So, if you look in here, like literally Anog and Konog, the only part of them that has anything to do with Nier is like burnt out. The only other thing is that there is technically an image of them in Nier. But basically what's going on there is that they're saying, do not worry about it. Its canonicity is odd. Don't worry about if it does or doesn't connect into Nier. As far as the lore is concerned, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Greg, good to glad to have you. I definitely think it got me thinking afterwards about intrinsic versus extrinsic enjoyment of the game and how that changes individual and community perceptions of the game. 100%. A lot of you guys will do things where you don't need them to like give you rewards. A bunch of you guys will do Savages without rewards, or will do Unreal without rewards, or will do, Umino does, he just likes doing Unreal. And I like playing the game too. Like I like the intrinsic rewards too, but I do like extrinsic motivation. And so like the people don't always think about the like butting of heads that comes from that fundamental disagreement and like just desire out of what your reward is in doing the content. Cute seeing T people in the chat during the questions. Yeah. Along with the difference between different players want to see the devs in the future content. Dev creativity and experimentation versus more specific player-focused ones. Yeah, and then also we have people who do G-pose versus people who do raiding versus people who do RP versus people who do boss. And so a lot of times that crosses over, right? Like Misako, you do G-posing and you do savage raiding. But it's so variable. That you can never win because something you think of as that might be niche for you, like duty support for veteran players is what was the point of this? But it's huge for a lot of other people. Yeah. I've been a member with them for a long time. Yeah, it was me. Okay, it was you, Infinite. Okay, because Decoy wrote. Yeah. Is Conquest the kind of system you see in RVR MMOs, Realm vs. Realm? Because, oh man, I was screaming internally at the idea of adding that. Yeah, it's basically the sort of thing you would... I don't know it as well. Who here is an 11 player? V, do you remember what Conquest was like? I don't know much about it in 11, but my understanding is it's like world with, like Guild Wars 2 and stuff. When you say screaming in a bad way or a good way? If you're ready to get back to it, then so am I. So much aether. I can't remember the last time I felt such fullness. I could get used to this. I've been at the great work discussing our experiences in the void with the alchemists. Though they found much of it surprising, they were especially shocked to learn that the darkness prevents souls from finding rest.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
What is this, Super Smash Bros?
What is it?
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Hydaelyn.
I thought she was in the void.
As did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a
There's a
place
lot
to
of space
start as
between...
any.
What about, like, it could have been Nalmask? You don't know it was Garlemald.
My apologies, Zero, but your return to the void will have to wait.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzatan until we return?
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
If Hydaelyn was indeed here, other voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, then I'll contact our... We're to rendezvous at Tertium.
So you guys are saying it's lagging.
We'll need to teleport to make it there in time. Can you?
I got it.
I know it well from my time as an avatar.
Then it seems we're all set.
If there is nothing else, let us see to our final preparations.
Deadpool sitting on the router. No, I think it's just warm. I'm gonna give it a second. I turned down the bit rate because like I fixed the problem that we were used to have where it was overheating. I think it's just because the room was really warm and then I was doing all that stuff with Chris and everyone, and I had it heating up. I'll leave it for a second here, but it looks like it's cooling down just fine. I also turned on the air conditioner, so let me know if there's healing. I think if it's more of a YouTube thing, it's not like the issue before. Yeah, I think it's gonna be just fine. But let me catch up on you guys to give it a second to test. I did some dungeons for the Heavenward Relic with duty support. Yeah, oh, see, another good example, Greg. I vaguely remember of it, and yeah, it's a bit like RVR and Guild War 2 or Warhammer 40k. Damn, I missed your Sinian. No, it's not. I think that might even be next patch, Tam. I liked 11's version well enough, and I'm not a big PvP fan by any stretch. Okay. I was highly skeptical of the idea in putting time and energy into changing PvP. That direction, it almost feels like it's going backwards but with extra stats. Well, I mean, you say changing PvP, but you could still have, like, having arena PvP is different than having a world PvP. Again, I don't even know what that would mean. Like, what would even realm PvP be? Like, do you have people go out and fight each other in the open world? I think that's a bad idea because that's not, like the new players, that's not great for. I mean, you could have it like racing to complete fates, but then that's people eating up fates, so new players can't do the fates, so that's not good. I don't even know how you would manifest that in 14. And they've done everything they can to move away from the Grand Company schema. Like, factions don't really exist. Like, technically you can have a Grand Company, but your Grand Company doesn't matter for which team you're on in PvP. It doesn't matter. Like, they used to be that whichever Grand Company you were part of, that was what team you were for PvP. That's not how it is anymore. And in every way they've moved away from it. Yeah, so like I think that just runs against what they wanted to do. I think it just isn't. It's not the game 14 is at this point. More Than Truth. I do kind of miss them a little bit from WoW, but I get they won't work enough at all. Like, that's the thing. And Tam, good to see you glad to have you. Is like, I think, don't get me wrong, I love World v World. I love that shit. I just don't think 14's the best place for it. Dust, good to see you glad to have you. Oh, YouTube streaming, never change, indeed. Mine jumped a couple times. I blame the weather. I think it's more of a YouTube thing. Just got an email. I just got home early due to weather, though. Okay. Thank you, Ray. At least you have level sync in FM14, and WoW level sync is an event. Yeah. Chromie time. I enjoy Crystal Conflict a lot. I love Crystalline Conflict. Crystalline Conflict's awesome. I think that's one of the best updates they've ever done to PvP. My only thing I want them to do is I want them to find some way to revive Rival Wings. I don't care how they do it. I just want them to revive Rival Wings so bad. No open world PvP. Okay, a lot of you guys, yeah, are pretty dead set against it. Ray, good to glad to have you. Yeah, WoW killed my desire for open world PvP. I mean, I love classic world style. It sucked, but it sucked. It was fun. The way in which it sucked was fun because it made the open. It was an open world where like adventuring around mattered, and like going into like you know, not Vesper Bay, that's 14, but like the Boudier, Stranglethorn Vale, and going into specific places could kind of be like, oh, I don't know, and like it could kind of suck to get ganked, but also it could be fun to like have there be like the some flow and ebb. Like, that's not what 14 is, though. It's not its strength in any way, shape, or form. I've done open world PvP thing, and it really doesn't suit 14 now. As Alliance main, world PvP is a pain, yeah. Whatever they do, going back towards faction system will bring back so many issues. Queuing was a nightmare. Yeah, agreed, Decoy. So frustrating, especially as an Alliance. Open world PvP for bullies to pick on noobs. Changed my mind. No, well, so what I would say it's more than that, though, because it's the same way that there's PvP in Dark Souls, right? You can have, if you're a ganker who goes to gank other people, right? What happens a lot of times is people from your team will start working, or your alliance or faction will start working to defend people, and so you can have you can have invaders in Dark Souls, and you have Sun Bros in Dark Souls. You have the Covenant of the Blue. Like, there's a push and pull, and that push and pull can provide experiences for people to go out of their way to engage with new people that they wouldn't have necessarily engaged with before. My extremely bad vague memory of 11 was a lot like Frontlines, but a little bit larger maps and add siege weaponry, environmental stuff, but maybe I'm making stuff up. I mean, that's like Guild Wars 2 did it. I think if you say that World PvP is just about ganking new players, I think you are oversimplifying it. I think anytime it's not incredibly well handled, or that there isn't a natural community that arises around it to have there be push and pull, it can and does become that, but I don't think it's the only way it has to be. I also, again, I'm not defending it for wanting it in 14. I'm just saying that like there can be fun that can come from it. That isn't just killing other players. I've had a lot of fun when I played Classic WoW. I loved going into places and helping to defend other players and help them level and help them, you know, and the fact that there was that risk and danger and having to be aware of yourself made things more lively, right? Yeah. Link, good to see, glad to have you. Yeah, lots of weather coming in here too. Shouldn't cause too many problems outside of me not being able to get them out of my house. I feel like I should be two kinds of PvE actions because the CC ones feel not good for front lines and room. Well, I mean, but you do have a stun break. And in front lines, the thing is that, like, yeah, stuns can suck, but you also have an ability that breaks you out of them and immunes you for a bit of time. And if you use it appropriately, it usually can, you know. My thoughts on PvP is that I hated being forced to PvP when I was trying to do just my dailies, and now suddenly I'm forced into PvP. Why are you forced into PvP? I'm not sure I follow, Tim. Because 14 doesn't force you into PvP. There is a PvP frontlines roulette that will give you something to do. That can give you some bonuses, but that's in addition to, you don't have to do the frontlines roulette. It's not in any way mandatory. PvP in Dark Souls is something else entirely. It's distilled into memes more than bullying. No, I disagree. As someone who has been playing FromSoft games since Demon's Souls, I think that is the internet. I don't think that is a boots on the ground. That is not my experience of it. There are people who actively, their joy comes from invading and preventing you from, and taking your, like, getting souls from killing you or taking your souls, preventing your progress. There is absolutely that. There's a reason why the Covenant of the Blue and Sun Bros exist. Dailies are not mandatory, yeah. Dailies are, every daily is optional. I have not been doing dailies on Lend or an Elio, and it has not been a problem. I'm not saying there's all to it. I'm just saying that it is a playground for bullies. Absolutely. It absolutely can be. 100%. And usually is. I just think it also can be a playground for uniting against bullies in a way that can add a lot to a game. But yeah, you're right. I meant in WoW where I would be to Sunwell Island trying to do the dailies. I have to prevent myself from getting ganked. Yeah. So I mean, that's why people would come to 14, right? Is not having to deal with that bullshit. Okay, have we tested enough? Is everything good? Is the stream quality good? No dips or dives? It's just if you're in a game with an open world PvP that sends you into PvP area to complete per PvE objectives, you don't have a choice. Yeah, that's fair. I just say there's a reason why world PvP because it's optional in the end. Yeah, it's a big downside of ER that co-op play mandated invasions. Then fine. Okay. As someone who attempted to play a paladin in vanilla WoW and was chain ganked in Ungoro Crater, PvP is not fun. That, I guess, what I would say there is being ganked is not fun. Which is different, right? Because, like, world PvP, so that experience is not fun. Agreed. And again, I'm just trying to say my opinion on this. What I would say is, having had the same thing happen to me as a paladin, wow, weirdly enough, in Ungoro Crater, is I then went to a nearby outpost. Where did I even go? I remember. And I did a shout to find other players to come help me. And they did. And it ended up being a whole, like, experience of, like, this back and forth fighting. And we took them down and were able to, like, get through the quest. Like, it was inconvenient as hell. And being ganked sucks. But that inconvenience can lead to fun stories and engaging adventures. And if you do not have the pro, and it comes with pros and cons, and the cons can absolutely outweigh the pros depending on what your preference for gameplay is. My point is not to defend that the pros are worth it for everyone or even majority of people, Only to argue that there can be pros. PvP mode, more sense since there are factions and 14 all of the Grand Company. Yeah, definitely agreed, Link. That was the PvP experience early on. That wasn't a lot of help. There wasn't a lot of help. Yeah. Yeah. No, again, I'm not advocating for it. I do not want it in 14, but yeah. Let's get us going. By all accounts, Hydaelyn is Golbez's prisoner yet, if she was in the source. It could mean that she managed to escape from the void, if only for a fleeting moment. But that is mere conjecture. If we want the truth, then we must go and find it. Come, let's make for Tertium. Our friends are waiting. I do love that they use the lore of, like, Ilsebard and the Reapers to justify this next part. It makes so much sense. Why do they teleport us immediately to Tertium? Like, we don't get teleported immediately to the Megaduda. Ah, whatever. I'll take it. And love ye shall find. I trust you know the associates who will be joining us. Hopefully they've been keeping well. I thought to depart from Razatan sooner, but Tishola insisted I bring warmer clothes. This vessel does not feel cold as such, but she reminded me that so long as I am Varshan, it would be prudent not to appear overly conspicuous. And then Zero's just in her normal clothes. People live in such places, do they? Not that I would presume to know their preferences, but it seems uncomfortable. Okay, yeah, I like that we went with the monotone slowly getting more human.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
It's the twins!
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
At least I'm wearing pants.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help. A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
Sounds like quite the undertaking, but I bet you're doing a fine job.
You're too kind. But it's thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls that we've been able to make any progress. The allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Garlean restoration confirmed.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time. But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides?
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
Void's haunted.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the Undersea Vault.
Oh, Alzadal. I thought you were busy. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. You can make it up to me on the next one.
But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around? I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a voidsent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
You think he's a bitch? I think he's a bitch. I like you.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Hydaelyn in the source. Somewhere in the far north, perhaps even here in Garlemald. If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon voidsent servants. While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful voidsent is no small feat. But if Hydaelyn was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Thank you.
And we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Interesting.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
That would indeed make an excellent start, though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
Tiber, good to see you, glad to have you. Rip, good to see you, glad to have you. Has it been pretty good now? I think some of the things I've been doing to fix it will fix it for the most part. It may be on my end, but honestly, I think it's been pretty good. I've been watching it. I think it'll just be a periodic hiccup now and then. As soon as you said Void's haunted, the video skipped again. That's YouTube's haunted. The power of the Void are messing with the stream. Just use Asuna on the browser tab. I hope that they give us Varshan's face for Maileron. Oh, like yeah, his facial features is an option. They did say that they're gonna after Graphic Hall ended up, so we don't know when, but they said one of their next focuses is gonna be more character creation options. So that's exciting. Let us wear white crafting gear like we could in ARR and Heaven's Word Squeenix, please. White crafting, like I'm assuming you don't mean color. White crafting gear. I'm assuming you mean something else. Remind me, Elio, MSQ replay would include Pandemonium, right? Yes, so we're gonna do that after 6.55 comes out, but so next week, after 0.55, we will do, oh, I can hear Deadpool barking at the door for the bow. We will be doing, Pandemonium and the Myths of the Realm. Would include for real. The music box for the POTD scene does a lot of heavy lifting. I loved it when they used it for the Aya. That could quadruple the RL faces by giving each face each horn. Yeah. Decouple the horns and faces. That might be harder than, well, not harder, but that they should do that. They should do that. I'm gonna stop doing the thing where I'm an apologist. There is effort in that maybe we forgot about, or not that we forgot. There's effort in it, but yeah, they should put the effort there. Seems more stable than I am, but I get distracted by new work printer getting delivered. Yeah, common crafted gear. White rarity gear, priest, Shadowbringers was all classes. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Oh, where are they? Oh, hey, we've got a hunt train going. Let's follow them, just because if any of you have never seen a hunt train before, which I assume most of you have at this point. They should do the thing with spaghetti code easier. I don't think it's spaghetti code. I don't think it has anything to do with spaghetti code. It just has to do with modeling. Like I make, oh, the boy, oh, hi. The boy, come here, buddy. Hi, come here. You wanna come up? Oh yeah, the boy's here. Stay right there. In order to make him happy, whenever I have to kick him out, I have to throw a treat down the stairs so that he'll go running after it and like get some farm Lamald, yeah. You might feel familiar with this problem considering your main glam is blacksmith, white glam. Yeah, you mean the fact that my glam is blacksmith only? Or do you mean like that? Or the pixie cotton apron of crafting is a white glim. Speaking of, I should upgrade it. Paul, good to see you. Glad to have you. Right now, I've also got the chat is smaller than usual, so you guys are passing by quicker, just because it's to make sure that nothing runs wrong on the OBS. Since it's YouTube, we're contractually obligated to say like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Ray Ray. You know, let me look at my frame rate too, just make sure that. Okay, cool. But yeah, no, I don't think the horns is anything to spaghetti code. I think it's literally just okay. So right now, imagine that they're made to not clip into the face when certain facial animations or stuff happens, right? You have to go through and make sure that every facial animation and so for instance, if you have to change the horn to work on one face when it didn't work on another before, right? Or so it now works on only one, it doesn't work on the other. You make it so it works on the other. Well, the first one, by changing it so it works on the other, may now not work on the first one. So you need to make sure it works in a way for both of them. But when you do that, you also need to make sure that it works for all the animations and all the other stuff. Yeah. So it's just, yeah. Oh, you're in the hunt trader. You said hi. Oh, Paul, that's great. That's so cool. Thank you, Dest. Yeah, I care more about the ever-present seam on Aura neck than that never goes away. Well, hopefully the graphics update might help a little bit with that. Some horns are bigger than others. Yeah. I'm not saying they shouldn't put the effort to fix it. I'm just saying that it's just modeling work, and and you have to QA all that. You have to make sure it doesn't break in all the cutscenes. It does take effort. And maybe that effort's still worth it. A village of voidsent users. Lest you think I have feelings on this, I don't. What others do is not my concern. The people have struggled... Oh wait, I haven't done Alex yet. The people have struggled to survive as it is. The last thing they need is for Garlemald to be overrun with voidsent. I expect it's been a while since you spoke with Euless. He'll be glad to see you. Nothing appears to be out of the ordinary here at the camp. Let's see what we find at the village. I had tempered my hopes, but thanks to Alfino and Alice, we might yet learn something of Hydaelyn. I knew the twins wouldn't disappoint. Oh god, oh god. My partner just brought in bao. Oh god, they smell so good. I have to play, I can't eat. Ah, I see you traveling with a large crew as usual. Not to suggest that it's an inconvenience for us. We'd be happy to share supplies with you and your allies, should you require any. Apologies if we interrupt, Euless, but there is a matter we wish to discuss. We've just finished our routine briefing, so you've come at a good time. Is this about the voidsent? It is. From what we can discern, they are coming from the mountains to the east. Practitioners of the Reaper arts once lived in that area, did they not? Yes, they had a village there in Lapis Manalis, the Lapis Manalis caverns. The Scythe wielders forged pacts with voidsent and took to battle with the beings at their side. From a time, they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of Magitech saw them fall out of favor. And when some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to have been long abandoned. My sister has been taken captive by voidsent. I sense their presence in this land, and have come to search for her. If voidsent have been sighted here, then I believe there is a connection we should like to investigate. We should like to investigate these caverns you mentioned, but Alfino tells us they are not easily reached. I'm afraid so. Deep snow and tumultuous winds rule out walking and flying. If you want to get anywhere, you're going to need a Magitech snowcraft. Alas, the last remaining functional one we had has broken down. Should still be over in Cerulean Ignans, where it was abandoned. Is there anyone who can fix it? Perhaps the former engineers at Tapper's Den. Their duty included transporting cerulean tanks to the Juturna Platform G using snowcraft. I expect they had to maintain a few over the years. That's worth looking into, I'd say. In the course of delivering the provisions, I've come to know the people there quite well. If they can help us, I'm sure they will. May I ask you to accompany her? Given the presence of voidsent, it's best that we avoid traveling alone. In the meantime, will you not tell me more about the mountain? I would like to learn as much as I can before communicating our search in earnest. Come with me. I'll introduce you to someone who's well versed in local geography. Alice, was it? I wish to speak to you. In that case, why don't you come to Tapper's Den? We can chat on the way. Zero making friends. I care more about the ever-present semen. Oh yeah, we got that. Facial animation is used the reason that some Yokota faces look completely brain dead in some cutscenes. At least I think so. I think some people agree with you. Euless was a welcome inclusion in this patch. Didn't realize how much I liked him until now. I really loved Euless from the get-go, but I have a lot of patience for people's arcs. So like his arc in Endwalker alone was enough to make me deeply love him, especially when I saw what he was going through. And also as he's part of the core of one of my favorite scenes in the game, which is the little things, right? But yeah, I love Euless, and I'm so excited to see him in the future, and where he goes as a representative of Garlemald and what that means for him. And you know, him and Zero having a connection means that I'd love to see in the future, whenever Zero comes to the source or whenever we have an expansion with that, I hope Euless is a part of that story. That'll be very good. Yeah, and he ended up being a sleeper hit like Erenville. Was Erenville a sleeper hit, though? I feel like we all loved the chocolate bum boy from the get-go. But yeah, no, I agree. Can do both. Both are good. Eat and play. Not while talking. Elio praying internally for voice cutscene. Job dungeons are some of my favorites. Oh yeah, Paul, no question. It's good to know that not all purebloods are like 6 feet tall. I mean, Sid's a pureblood. He's short. You see him in Nero. You know, as comparison points. Yeah, Sid is pretty short. Yeah, Ray got it. Yeah, it's best we avoid traveling alone. Yeah. If you want to eavesdrop, be my guest. It doesn't matter to me. This is killing me. Please be voice, please be voiced.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Fuck you.
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
A better tomorrow.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after. Was there anything else? If not, let's keep moving.
Right. To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
She sees there can be a better way, even if the 13th can't be right now. You know what would be really cool? Imagine a version of a game, and maybe something has already done this already, where you start out, you're in the world, you like play almost an entire game, or maybe the entire first game in the series, right? And you're basically like, imagine you're playing as Zero and you're in the 13th and like everything's shit. Like it's just a horrible world. There is no difference. Like, that's the only way things can be. And then you go on this adventure, and the second game is trying to be like, well, no, wait, it can be better. I don't know that it ever fully works because we exist in our world where we know it can be better, right? But I do love that idea of, instead of we being the one to show other people, starting out as the other people and seeing it be different. And maybe a convincing way to do that was write the story in such a way that you as a player aren't necessarily convinced that it's possible, and you have seen the loss or pain or sacrifice that comes from trying to hope for a better tomorrow, you know, and see it all come to naught. So being convinced that the world can't be better by a game, and then its sequel convincing you that the world can be better. I think there's something interesting there. We should get back to it, but before we do, are you all right, Zero? Did I say something that confused or upset you? No, I'm simply trying to understand your perspective. If you wish to continue, I am ready and able. Well, that's a relief. This isn't the sort of place you want to mull over things. It's not much further to Tapper's Den. I doubt we'll have much trouble finding an engineer when we arrive, so let's speak with the first ones we spot. Yeah, but who are we versus energy coming off Zero from C? Yeah. A better tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, yeah. Aaronville, do you even toad? I was so on Aaronville until he came out to be, he called us out on being a terrible toads. That's when he won you over. Is that when he won you all over? It seems like it. And he's involved in Beastmaster stuff? Yeah, maybe. Beastmaster job quests, just us, involve us dragging monsters over to Airville and saying, hey, what can you tell me about this, baby? Is it collectible? This is one of the engineers, I think. Because it's the right thing to do. Oi, wait, I know you. You're the one who roughed up the guards. After you left, the good contingent of friends came along. Our lives have been a lot easier now, thanks to them. They understood our plight and offered to help, whatever we wanted to stay here or return home. For that, whether we wanted to stay here or return home, for that we are truly grateful. We're grateful to you too, Alice. The trip across the lake is hardly pleasant, but you make it all the same, bringing us provisions. Oh, don't mention it. We're just glad we can help. That said, we're actually hoping to ask a favor of you today. We need a Magitech snowcraft repaired. The one abandoned in Cerulean Ingens. We were told you might be up to the task. Ah, so you want to ride the mammoth. Is that a euphemism? That's what we took to call them the crafts on account of their size. As often as I use them as rigs, I know a thing or two about their maintenance. I'll see if I can't get your mammoth roaring again. It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. Wonderful. Please come with us back to Camp Broken Glass and we'll take it from there. So far, so good, Elio. Let's be on our way. The Void being such a transactional world and how it affects Zero and Golbez always bums me out. See, but I feel like it should, right? But that's why this story is great, is it bums you out, but it's about... 14 is pretty much almost always about how, like, what it means to make a better tomorrow, or why you choose to make a better tomorrow. So, like, yeah, it definitely bums me out too, but I think you have to be bummed out. You have to be bummed out by the first being soaked in light and the nature of the Sin Eaters for it to matter that you save it, right? Or to matter that you fight back and try to make it a better world. That could be Chekhov's gun at some point in Dawn Trail and spot someone's disguised as an animal, and that's a major twist. That'd be cool. Could always call the Flood of Darkness in the real world to make the games impacted harder. Yeah. Chekhov's Toad. All these new characters having great arcs, then we had Xenos. I mean, Xenos is one of my favorite arcs in the game, so. An arc does not have to result in change, especially for a character that's a mirror or an antagonist to another character. As a character who is a mirror to the Warrior of Light, and what the Warrior of Light is without connection, without desire to fight for a better tomorrow, but instead only hedonism, I think Xenos is one of my favorite characters in the game on that metric, right? I think Xenos is a phenomenal character for the purpose he serves in the story, in the narrative. Will it be limited monsters? Beastmaster summon Ifrit and Hades. No, well, no, because that would be what you. Hades is a bit different because that doesn't definitely work. Also, Ifrit. If you're saying Ifrit, then you're just talking about summoner. That's just literally just summoner. But Beastmaster isn't a summoner. Beastmaster is a capturer more so. So. It makes me think we'll perhaps be the narrator in Dawn Trail. There's a lot of opportunities. Dawn Trail could be... Oh, I'm forgetting her name already. Does anyone want to tell me what her name... Spell out her name? I have a hard time remembering it just because of how it's spelled. I would imagine our Hrothgal chick, Kryl, or Erinville would be the narrators that I could imagine. You mortals are more sensitive to the cold than I realized. My body is made differently, so I feel nothing. Don't you worry, the mammoth's in good hands. Thank goodness we were able to find someone with repairs. Also, can someone tell me when 6.3 came out? Because in my brain, Lapis Manalis is a new dungeon, but that dungeon has to be at least 8 months old. Welcome back. I presume this is the engineer who will help us with the craft. I'll do everything I can to get her up and running again, but I doubt I'll be able to do so quickly, at least on my own. The mammoth is big and so are its parts. Some strong backs should make the work go faster. You have ours. Wait, came out in January? This is a year old? Holy shit. You finished learning about the mountain, I take it. Aye, we have a solid grasp on that area, as well as the site of the snowcraft. My back is perhaps not as strong as some, but I should be glad to stand guard for voidsent and other unruly wildlife. Much obliged, miss. Then let's head over to the mammoth and assess what needs fixing. Oh god, I think of Lapis Manalis as a new dungeon. That was a year ago. Holy moly. They have matters here well in hand, which means we can resume our duties. Would you care to assist us, Elio? Count on me. How about you, Zero? I will assist you as well. A payment for answering my questions. It's hardly something that demands payment, but we'd be glad for your contribution nonetheless. I mean, why not just BM? But yeah, the shortening for it, I mean, blue is BLU, Beastmaster, BSM. Is that's not blacksmith or anything, is it? Isn't BSM? No, BSM's already taken. That's blacksmith, if I'm not mistaken. Can you see it? Where can I see it? Yeah, BSM is blacksmith, yeah. I hope it Aravel's the narrator. I'll find out why when we hit Solution 9. Or the Mikote looks like a machinist art guy. Yeah, the Mikote, that'll be an interesting guy to see. The BST version of Mass Carnival is going to be Poke Battles. You mean, you laugh, but I'm dead certain that the Beastmaster, yeah. We definitely will be Pokemon battling. We've had 2 dungeons since Lapis Manalis. Yeah, the Hom and the Son of Train. But it just, like, for some reason in my brain, Lapis Manalis just came out recently. It was BST in 11? Okay. Good thing it's not BTS, because, I don't know. I was going to make some comment about Korean K-pop bands, but I got nothing. My thanks again for agreeing to help. The Isabardian contingent brings this shipment of foods and medicine and other necessities by airship. We have yet to deliver a share of our supplies to Tertium, and I would appreciate if one of you could assist us with the task at hand. I'll do it. Well, Elio, it looks like you're with me then. Voidsent sightings have been increasing by the day, which is why I'd mind to go out and patrol the Eblan Rime. Shall we? BEA. I just want a flipping machinist MSQ character that stays in the game. I mean, you'll probably get one. I mean, there are plenty of jobs that aren't, like, represented, right? Like, there's not really a warrior character outside of A Realm Reborn with the Warrior of Light, and even then, if you're not playing warrior, you don't have it. I mean, you kind of have people who are axe wielding, but let me think. We don't really have a monk person who stayed in the game, who stayed in ninja. I mean, Yugiri is around, but, like, I'll be interested. Loren's got to show back up now that we're going to the new world, I gotta imagine. A voidsent was spotted here not long ago. Considering the proximity to the camp, Broken Glass, everyone is understandably concerned. But hopefully not for much longer. You follow the road eastward, and I'll have a look to the north. If you should encounter any voidsent, I won't begrudge you for dispatching them without me. Will Pictomancer and Viper be Pick and VIP, or PCT and VPR? I think Viper will be VPR. I mean, why don't we look at all the other jobs, right? Paladin is PLD, not like PLN, right? I feel like I don't know, VPR sounds right to me. I do like it being PIC, but I think it'll be PCT. You survey your surroundings, but do not spy any errant voidsent. VCR. Now you're just saying letters. There's a massive amount of characters that are just around right now. Lots of potential there. Yeah. Well, but also, you know, the thing is that, if anything, when you survey your surroundings, but do not spy any errant voidsent. When they first, when Endwalker was coming to a close, I was hoping that they were gonna shuffle out some of the older Scions and shuffle in new Scions, but like Urianger and Thancred are front and center for this one. So I don't think there is, I don't think, I like that there's a lot of times where, like, we don't see Lise because she's an Alamigo and we're not there, but when we go there, we see her, you know? I like that there's some shift in that regard. Hopefully we'll get a new Scion at some point that does Machinist or something. I mean, well, no, I was about to say Thancred would be good for Machinist, but no, because unless he can't manipulate the Aether of the Ethereal Catalyzer. Yeah, we'd basically have to get a new Scion. Blue and Asp both challenge those because of the first 3 letters. Yeah, because Asp. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, but because they take out vowels. Well, I mean, Ass doesn't challenge that because it doesn't take out vowels, but I'm assuming we broke up the Scions, but we're still keeping them. Right. It's not, my point is less about the Scions as an organization. My point is the characters, though. A Pharaoh Transformer. Yeah, thanks, Link. Or bring Hilda back. That's definitely an option. I would rather, I think Hilda's too tied into where she lives and that, like, their plight, right? So, and those quests, like the Shkardian restorations and stuff. I think what you would see is a new character. And I think I'd rather see a new character. I feel like we as fans always have, not always, this is me overgeneralizing. I feel like fandoms often have a bad habit of wanting what they liked over and over again to the point that it becomes really stale and boring. And I think it's good that they're trying new and exciting things and we're meeting new people and, like, you know, if we had done Heavensward and had just stuck around with a lot of those people, we might not have ever met Erenville or, you know, that kind of thing. Ninja, Warrior, Scar. Yeah, are all the first 3 letters. Yep.
All finished, are we? Good. The cold doesn't let up out here, does it? They've the means to keep everyone warm at Camp Broken Glass and Tertium. But the measures are still only temporary. Subsisting on charity. Dreading the day the sympathy of others is exhausted. It's no way to live. They need lasting safety and security. Though things will never be as they once were. If we can restore a modicum of normalcy to their lives, maybe that will be enough for them to move forward. If we're to achieve that, we have to work harder. I have to work harder.
Look, you're doing your best. Everyone can see that.
Lest you misunderstand, I wasn't fishing for a compliment. As I said, I'm doing this because I want to. Still, I appreciate your support. Well, our work here is done. We should be heading back. I hope Alpha No and Zero haven't gotten into any trouble. I cannot imagine how awful it must have been to serve as Xenos' avatar. To not only suffer him, but so much else. She's a fighter, all right. Like you and me.
Okay, I had to look up real quick where Cockburn came from. I know it's pronounced Coburn, but Cockburn came from because Aenor's name is Aenor Cockburn. I was like, okay, it's Scottish. That explains a lot. The boots!
Thank you, miss.
Are you?
Thank you.
You guys ready? Can I get a boots in chat?
Feels strangely familiar.
Excuse me, Alphino. My wife, she's come down with a high fever. Do you think you could take a look at her?
Of course. Give me a moment. Zero, may I leave the rest here to you?
Fine by me.
Thank you again for your help. Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphino's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Pact? No, nothing so formal. What I mean is, you must know each other well. Be on good terms, enjoy each other's company, that sort of thing.
Then no, he's not my comrade. I have none. Nor will I ever, I think.
Oh.
Did I say something odd?
Take it out of context, that's...
No, not at all. On the contrary, it makes sense. When
Garland's gonna
Alphino and the
understand.
contingent first arrived, we rejected them out of hand. Whatever they may have claimed, they were the enemy. Savages with their savage ways. To accept their help was to admit defeat. But no matter how poorly we treated them, they didn't turn their backs on us. They stayed and listened. That's just the kind of people they are. Makes sense they'd get along with someone like you who tries to push others away.
Get along. I'm upholding my part of the bargain. There's nothing more to it than that.
If you say so. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten why I came. Are you hungry?
Boots in chat. I need boots in chat.
We all get rations, and considering the work you're doing, you're as good as one of us.
I am
Boots in
running
chat.
low on
Boots in
ether.
chat. Boots.
Very well.
Azim step-style dumplings. Boots, they call them. Never had a dumpling. It's like a kind of bread stuffed with a filling. Meat or vegetables usually, that you bake or steam. We have our own recipes in Garlemald too. My mother liked to make them. My brother and sister always fought over the jam-filled ones.
Buddy.
Just think of it as bread, all right?
Half of the patch budget went to that.
I should warn you though, they're spicy. Helps them keep longer, I assume. Too much for the children to handle though.
Interesting.
Interesting good, or interesting...
Ah, spoken like a true Midwesterner.
I don't know much about taste. Not anymore. But I do feel a sensation in my mouth.
Is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily.
That's enough for me. I've heard it said that spices are more akin to fire than flavors. Perhaps that makes them easier to understand.
God, I love Euless.
Oh, Euless. Getting acquainted with Zero, are we?
I suppose I am.
You know what this is?
No harm in that. Acquaint away.
It's the same thing as Estinian being able to reach out to Vritra. Those who go through things, who've come out the other side, who've learned, are the ones who are most easily able to, or sometimes only able to, reach other people struggling with the same thing.
Ah, everyone is here. Excellent. Thank you all for your hard work. I've just finished up myself. Shall we go and find Estinian?
Alphino! Alize!
Can't have fluff without trauma. Can't have trauma without fluff. That's not an unfair way to. Not wrong. Great, good to go to have you. Yeah, definitely. I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay, Han. This seems urgent. He was out on patrol, so if he's come back early then... Well, shouldn't you see what's wrong? I'm doing a lot of things, okay? It's hard to keep track of everything. Forgive me this interruption, but I come with grave news. A horde of voidsent are approaching from the mountains to the east. The numbers are beyond anything we've ever seen. What? But you've stolen the others. Anyone outside the tertium is in danger. We must find and bring them all here at once. Can we count on your aid, Zero? I've already settled the debt for my question. I'm not obligated to help. What's more, death in this world is absolute. You ask me to put my life on the line. Without suitable payment, I will do no such thing. That's fair. What do we have to offer that might be enough? You're right, Zero. You're not obligated to help us, and I wouldn't presume otherwise. Nevertheless, we are in need. Assuming that boots I gave you is worth anything, would you at least be willing to stand watch at this encampment? The way more of us will be able to go and see out people to safety. Very well. Unless we come under attack, I'll do no more than stand watch. I dare say Tertium will be safe enough with Zero here. Let us go and find Hydaelyn and the others and assist with the evacuation. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Zero likes big boots and she cannot lie. Come, we need to find our comrades. Tertium will be fine. Euless and his people will have weathered far worse. We mustn't make haste to the snowcraft, where our friends and the engineers should be. Given their position, they may soon find themselves at the mercy of the voidsent. If it comes to it, we must be prepared to battle. I'm ready, don't you worry. How about you, Elio? I'm ready. You did it so many times because you failed it, or because you just like went to it to do it again? Did you purposefully fail it so you could G-pose over and over again?
Report. Lost contact. When? Voidsent. I'd bet my life on it. Understood. I'll investigate at once. A unit transporting supplies has gone silent en route to Broken Glass. I will go and search for it. Stay here and keep watch. But be ready to answer my call.
If it was voidsent, you'd be a fool to go alone. They'll find you before you find your men, and then they'll devour you as well.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I don't stand a chance, but I can't just abandon them.
I can't repay you for the bread if you're dead. I'll go.
What? No! I couldn't possibly ask you to do that.
I'm
This is
far
where it
better suited
starts.
to dealing with voidsent. It makes sense. Or do you mean to say you'd rather I stay here because you can't protect this place on your own?
Man, voidsent are a lot like the Jinn from the Bartimaeus trilogy. Although I guess the Aether of our world is not painful, so it's more helpful. It's a slight difference.
Fine. Just don't do anything stupid. Promise me.
Damn these demons!
Return to the camp. Now.
It's a slippery slope to being a good guy.
Thank you.
Kindred, why do you interfere? Ah, of course. You sold your soul to feed.
The Reaper equivalent of a bitch slap.
I have taken bread, but my soul is forever mine.
Has this music been used elsewhere? What is it?
I cannot let you pass.
That's OGCD. Okay, cool.
More of them.
Friendship is the most addictive drug of all. Yeah, dude, this is a great.
Still more.
Ah, the land brims with life, ripe for the harvest. Oh boy, I'm gonna make that. Such insolence I will not be denied.
Not good.
And now you're mine.
I can't. How? How big must the gate be for their light to come through? Is this it then? Just like that time. When light still shone upon the world. When the Contra Memoria still raged.
Stand aside if you value your life.
We're only after women and wine. Darkness can take the rest.
Dude, I think that was
You're not taking
Alfino
another
and
step
Gosex's voice
towards that
actors.
village.
Stupid girl. You were warned.
See, they use the energies of the Memoria.
Gotcha. And now we we can get back to our business.
Get up, damn you! Too weak. I need help. Someone, please. The same mistakes, the same ends. Again and again. What should I? What could I have done? What? Who?
You are not alone.
You? What are you doing here?
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
Can you stand?
You're not finished and you're not alone. Let's fight together, Zero.
All right. I will let it burn. This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide.
Goodness, we're not too late. Can you still fight? Press the attack!
Yes, more mortals come to slaughter! It's time to feast!
Just warming up!
My strength is spent. I'll only get in your way.
Chin up! We'll get through this together!
Split up!
Stay sharp.
Watch out!
Everyone all right?
Not finished yet.
I will enjoy draining your aether and watching as life dims in your eyes. Hey, look! Void crystals. Notice how they're orange, like corrupted crystals, because corrupted crystals are astrally charged.
We must weather this together.
I will repay this debt.
Resistance is futile. If you would deny me my feast, then begone to ashes with you. Do not let them get away.
This has gone on long enough. I will finish it. Now! Let's buy her some time. I am your end. Well done.
No! No! Why won't you die? Duty complete.
You did well to find me out here.
We have Eulus to thank for that. He was quite worried when he called.
There would have been far more casualties if not for you.
No. If it was not for you and the others,
Well, let's not fuss over details. We should return to Tertium. Can you make it that far?
I think so.
I mean, voicing maniacal villains with crazy
Zero,
voices
are
is
you all
the
right?
easy part.
Well enough. No voidsent struck here, did they?
No, and there weren't any more casualties thanks to you.
Oh.
Ship it!
What are you doing?
What was that about,
You'll
Hugs?
have no debts to repay, if that's what you're worried about. If anything, I owe you a week's worth of boots.
For our mercy, there appears to have been no casualties in Tertium or elsewhere. Let me catch up on you guys. Darth, good to see you, glad to have ya. No, there is no way in hell they would ever do this, but I would have loved if the second part of this duty has you still control a Zero with your Warrior of Light as an NPC. Yeah, I thought that would have been really cool, but also I feel like it would have, I feel like I wonder if that would draw us too many parallels to what happens with your body in the last time you were in Garlemald. Wow, that was so quick. What was so quick? What? Scared for... Yeah. I've got to go home to bed. Have a good one, Deathberry. These guys ran a Warrior of Darkness a lot. WOD. A World of Darkness, yeah. These guys end up as Cerberus and World of Darkness. If the Memoria are crystallized primals, would using their energies enthrall you to them? Yeah. So Unukalhai says something akin to that when you talk to him during the Warring Triad. So yes, we don't know what kind of primals they were in the first place, so their creation could have been different or weird. It was also very early in the whole Ascian thing, so tempering may have not been pre-created. It might have not been part of the corrupted arts, although I assume it was, because Unukalhai seems to know about tempering. But it seems to just, it may be that it's limited by the process of being crystallization, but we know that people using it spurred people continuing to use it more and more and more. So some form of tempering to some extent was definitely there. Because you should remember, like, tempering also has to be an action. I mean, wouldn't it be the first time like something like that happened? Do we know how long ago the Flood of Darkness happened? Yeah, 10,000 years. We know that thanks to multiple comments made throughout the source and in the 13th. Specifically by Golbez. Same end again and again and again. 12,000 years, yeah. 12,000 years ago was the Sundering. 10,000 years ago was the Flood of Darkness. How do they see the orange circles? The orange circles are not a. The orange circles are just a mechanic thing. They aren't literally there. We have a TFC on Crystal Curl. DM a mod in Discord for details and invites. Thank you, Ray Ray. I say Jacob will look so dope in Dawn Trail. Yeah. Or at the very least, certainly an arms race. Yeah, tempering is an action. Then explain. So no, so passive tempering also does happen, but it seems like. But if you remember. With the sylphs, the sylphs beg him to temper them. Remember, with they have a specific name, but the loony ones, they have to beg him to temper them. Zero's convalescing aboard the train. Euless has already given her something to eat, so I suppose all we can do is wait. I can't help but wonder though, what possessed her to go and fight all those voidsent on her own? Not that I know the going rate of such things, but I doubt one boots would suffice. I think someone has been a bad influence on her. Don't look at me. Oh, I'm just joking. Or am I? Touched ones, thank you, yes. In any case, many people owe her their lives. I'll be sure to thank her when she's back on her feet. There's light tempering. What do you mean light tempering? Tempering's tempering. The elemental alignment's related to the entity, but that's not dark. There isn't dark tempering, light tempering, fire tempering. There's just tempering, but the elemental aspecting is a resultant of the being doing it. As Ali said, many people who owe Zero their lives. This is not her world, nor her battle to fight, yet she risked life and limb for us nonetheless. That will be soon forgotten. That will not be soon forgotten. Now then, I expect that our friends will return soon. Once everyone has gathered, we can take stock of this situation. I mean, light them out. Oh, yes, there's multiple phases of tempering, correct. Physical corruption doesn't happen until later stages. The drowned are a good example. Ooh. Apologies for the delay. I finished replenishing my aether. Full glad am I to hear it. We must thank you again, Zero. Indeed, many are still alive because of you, those soldiers not least of all. How fared you? Better than I did, by all accounts. We had continued content with our fair share of voidsent and routes to the snowcraft, but we had the benefit of numbers. With the help, we've quickly dispatched all the voidsent that came our way. Thankfully, they stayed dead in our world. We're trying to decide what to do next when we receive word about the transport. Okay, so there's another important thing. So if a pact is broken, a voidsent returns to the 13th. Also, if a voidsent is occupying a host, their soul can retreat from the 13th. But if they come through a void gate, whole body in tow, and die, then they die. I think that seems to be the key thing is if they are possessing if they are able to come in whole body, they die. If they are possessing something, they can die, or they can sometimes flee to the 13th. And if they're in a pact and the pact is severed, they return to the 13th. So we were trying to decide what to do next when we received word about the transport, which is how Alice and Elio and I came to find you. While the immediate threat has been addressed, we cannot rest easy yet, for voidsent appear to be in such numbers, we must assume that a void gate has indeed been opened nearby. Meaning more of them can come through at their leisure. It seems the best course of action is investigating Lapis Manalis, as you intend. What is the state of the snowcraft? Nearly operational, I believe. Vritra is with the engineers, who is hard at work as we speak. Why don't we join them in Cerulean Inkens? Finally, a chance to go on the offensive. I would join you as well. I wouldn't dream of refusing you, but what did you have in mind for payment? Payment won't be necessary. I will do this because I want to. You have kindled something within me, a compulsion, a desire to act that has been burning since you came to my aid out in the snow. I do not understand it, but I wish to, and to that end, I will heed it. Then perhaps I'll understand your answer. I would also like you to join you in tracing the voidsents to their origin, though that would mean neglecting my duties here. Don't worry about us. Between my people and the contingent, we can keep things running well enough. Just find where the voidsent are coming from and see that they stop. Take care, Zero. I will. During final ones, you basically get so much elemental juice, you basically become an Eggy of that primal. As per demonstration of elegant scientists. I mean, you don't become an Eggy, it's because they use the Eggy as, like, the I get what you're saying, but, like, technically, like, you literally aren't an elemental. But yeah, because they use the Eggy model. Do you think the subject they were showing was really exposed to Sephiroth's tempering, knowing their practices? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, almost certainly, right? I mean, it could have just been an animation that they crafted, that Owen crafted, but darn Faustian contract magic, yeah. I found the degrees of tempering to be interesting, not just the level of corruption, but each primal wants their thralls. There are some are mindless and zombie-like, and some act like normal but will work as spies. Well, it's all based on the disposition of the primal, right? Like, that's the big thing. I think the example on an opposing end is probably if your whole soul's moved, like with the scions and stuff. I'm not sure I fully follow Link. I'm sure you're talking about with the part with the primals. Casp, good to see you, glad to have you. But so often, and this was explained in prior patches too, a void tear, and even sometimes a void gate, is not big enough for a voidsent to come through unless you're a very low rung. So like an imp could come through a void gate that was smaller, but like a Golbez can't just come through any gate. Or Golbez might be a bad example, but like Rubicon, they can't just come through any gate. But they can shed their physical form and send their soul through the gate, and that can possess something like a gargoyle statue. Like a gargoyle possesses a gargoyle statue. When that statue dies, sometimes it seems like the souls can return to the 13th. What the limitations of that are, I don't know completely offhand, but usually it seems like they die. If you kill them in their physical form, like if you killed Barbaricha in the source, she dies. Like she doesn't retreat to the 13th unless she can get back there before she completely fades away. However, if you have like a Reaper who has a pact with a voidsent and that pact is broken, no matter the voidsent is able to return to the 13th, like what happened with Zero herself. This feels like a Shadowbringer setup in Heavensward, so either 8.0 or 9.0 we're going for the Void for good. Yeah, I'll probably cast, but I definitely think that's at the very least what it is setting up more threads to tie in the 1st and the 13th into the primary plot of our story here, especially with what this story is, which if you think about it which is in part about the restoration of the 13th, but first and foremost about interreflection travel, and especially the 13th operating as a sort of terminus. There's definitely not only a good chance, but we've been speculating for a long time that it would be that'd be like an 8.0 and 9.0 sort of thing. I'll be curious if they actually use it as an expansion, or if it's just more of an underlying story throughout. The fact that we didn't get any maps, which we never have in a patch, but the fact that like you can't even go back to Zero's domain, to me would suggest that I think that further suggests they do want to put maps there at some point. Yeah, I think about how, yeah. I just realized Zero's theme shares some notes from the Voidcast Savior, or rather the yeah, I mean it's just because it's the Final Fantasy IV overworld theme. Yeah, the soul thing was in relation to Voidsent. Yeah, okay, so covered that. I wonder if Susanna was ever summoned using corrupted summoning magic and actually wanted to temper. What final stages of his tempered would be? What the element is? What element is fun? Yeah, I mean he's clearly water aligned, maybe mildly air or lightning. Yeah, well he uses a lot of water and lightning for sure. Ray or V. V, I think you said Ray was hitting it. Does either of you guys got the party going? For the sake of our friends, I pray we succeed in our mission. The Void Gate is of course the main objective, but if we can also find useful salvage, then all the better. I'm glad the engineer is safe. I never forgive myself if something had happened to him on our account. Thanks, V. To have to go to such lengths to traverse a single mountain. The people of this land do not have easy lives. Vritra's insisted on staying behind to guard the snowcraft. He's anxious to get up that mountain, and understandably so. It is good to see you and all safe and well. The craft stands ready, I am pleased to say. Our engineer friend had worked tirelessly, his zeal matched for any of my alchemists. Mammoth is an apt name for the craft. Its prodigious size made defending it difficult, but it came through unscathed. There you are. Your timing couldn't be better. Thanks to Varshone's help, I managed to find the repairs faster than I anticipated. The Mammoth ready for the snow once more. You can leave the pilot into me, too. Be my pleasure to get you where you need to go. You're too kind. Thank you. Let's be on our way then. Shall we? Damn. Can't get comfortable today. Lapis Manalis, now accessible. Just crazy. The Illuminati were just crazy. Not Brave Flocks. All Thoughts was just power hungry and a mad lad. He wasn't tempered. It's interesting that this is south because the actual location of Lapis is actually out over here. But I guess you probably just go out through the Ingens and through and around. Okay, for the people who are with me, Tam, Umino, Ray Ray, when we go in, save your burst for the second enemy, and I want you to burst as hard as you can for when the Griffin gets summoned. I want to see if we can try to kill it before we reach the entrance. You absolutely can. So I hope all of you are in crafted gear. And if you aren't in crafted gear, I recommend getting crafted gear, as it will make your life a lot easier, and it's very cheap. Well, relatively cheap. Let's hit it. I think I've only ever been able to finish the Griffin once, because most people just, for some reason, didn't hit it that hard. Yeah, quick things all thought, yeah. Ooh, I love your guys' color. Everyone's got like colors going on today. Strong blue, yeah, nice. Careful up there. You're not like to see much through the snow. Dance partner, Ray. Okay, here we go. Bursting the frick down. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. So I need to buy Ray crafted. Oh, I should buy Ray some crafted gear. Hopefully that's the last of those winged bastards. I'm afraid this is as far as the mammoth will go. You'll have to make the rest of the way on foot. Yeah, so there's Garlemald off to the west. And there's actually a part of Garlemald north of it that we don't see. We're usually down over here. Your aether will be mine. I must feed. make sure the Reaper can do their positionals. All two of them. Oop. Forgot to look for the second ones. I'm not gonna make that. Okay, I will. If anyone needs level 640 crafted gear, I can craft you some on Elio, by the way. Those back lumps are weird. Well, on the Yeti. Could they reestablish this old village, seeing as there's a ton of accessible ceruleum and voidsent should be an issue? Well, they do. The plan is to access the ceruleum in here, but I wouldn't say they would really establish it for, at least not for like Reapers. One, I mean, the art is effectively dead. Well, I guess technically the Lemure still exist, but I don't think that the Lemure necessarily want to reconstitute their art. Well, the Lemure technically aren't even all of... Oh, I don't think I actually grabbed it. Thank you, guys. Come for training of you. Yeah, we'll come back and read the notes. This will warm you up. Ready the sacrifice. The assets from outside tribes have markedly increased of late. The assaults from outside tribes have markedly increased of late. The Geraldines proved an especially barbarous thorn on our side. Their nigh ceaseless pillaging, no doubt an effort to hoard supplies in preparation for the coming winter. No longer able to tolerate the damages suffered by these incursions, the Senate issued an order for their king's assassination, and we Reapers were asked to ready our blades. With 3 of her fellows in tow, Galadia set out under cover of night and infiltrated the enemy fortress. The mission was a great success, which soon put the enemy to rout. Emperor Solus is convinced this Magitech will spark a revolution in warfare as we know it, and as he devotes further resources to its advancement, our art continues to fall out of favor. I fear the age of the Reaper has come to an end. After all our forebears have sacrificed for the good of the Empire, the blood spilled, the lives lost, they would dare deem us relics of a bygone era. Indeed, they believe the future lies with their Reaper battle armor. Aspirants are reminded not to approach the figures of the Pale Harvest without express permission. They should be treated with no less reverence than Galatea herself, and are hardly less dangerous. Only those who have successfully forged a pact with an avatar may spar with Galatea Parva. They will serve to refine one's use of invocations and tactical coordination. Galatea Magna, however, is reserved for those who are able to serve as hosts to their avatar. This precious mannequin is designed to push a Reaper to their limits, if not beyond them. Learn to walk in Death's shadow, and you shall know no fear. Oh, that's cute. Galatea Major, Galatea Minor. The little ones are the Galatea Minor. Maintenance of the Galatea must be handled with the utmost of care. The delicate art of their making has long since been lost, making repairs difficult and reproduction all but impossible. The knowledge was kept secret, passed down to those who would inherit the position of Master Dollmaker. That is, until one man chose to break with tradition. He claimed to be leaving on a journey in pursuit of an unparalleled beauty, but we never learned the truth of it. The only thing that is certain is the art of our forebears left with him. So patch 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3 all have references to the Dollmaker. The Gridania Goldsmith, that's really funny. Shall we then? Commencing battle training regimen. Your time completion will be recorded. Leave no openings. Your strikes must be quick and decisive. Everyone make sure to pick a cardinal point, as there will be a point where we're going to have to go north, south, east, and west, just each of us on one of them. I will be on north. Here we go. That concludes your basic training. Commencing advanced training regimen. It's always waxing then waning or waning then waxing. Remain calm and collected no matter your circumstances. Remember, you must hone your skills daily. It will keep you the key to your survival. Regimen complete. Evaluation ranking 7. A respectable performance. Such strength will prove a match for even warrior class voidsent. Whee! So what does everybody think Asura? Is Asura going to be from, where we're going to unlock Asura as like a random side quest, or do you think we're going to get it from Manderville? I think you're probably right, Musico. Oh, look at the ceruleum, it's so beautiful. Oh. I'm assuming it's Umino because you're the only other male here, but your character sounds Link. Yup! Yeah! Boss time! Oh no. Another bald turtle.
All shall cower before the might of archfiend Cagnazzo!
Drowned King Cagnazzo.
I've been waiting so long. Don't disappoint. Brace yourselves. I bring my all to bear. Drink deep of blackest terror! I wonder how you'll take
Yes, I technically don't need to hold passage of arms the whole time, but it's fun.
What? That's not right. How do you like this?
Everyone do a corner. Ah, don't aim it at me. You go to the corner that's not in line with someone else. So like if you're like the northeast orb, you go to the northeast corner. Let it break at will. What even happens after that mechanic? I don't think I've seen it in a while.
Why are you still alive?
Oh, it's just a repeat. And good job, everybody. Just point it away. Yeah, true. True, V, you're right. Good job, guys. Okay, but true though, right? Infinite, nothing can replace the endorphin blast that is covering your party with a passage of arm against boss most flashy attack. There's a reason I'm a paladin main. It looks cool and that matters most. Is that Greenwatt? It might be Greenwatt's voice actor. I'm pretty sure it's Gosetsu's voice actor. Good job, guys. Shall we continue on with the story? We still got a trial left to go. Y'all so fancy. I know, look, did you see how they all had strong colors? Y'all should dress up in like a pick a primary or some kind of color and have that be your like trial color.
A dragon of our world crossed over into yours long ago, but I have felt
I'm sorry, but that line
presence here again. What is the
that line
meaning of
was
this?
Tell me one thing, Cagnazzo. Oh, tell me, Cagnazzo.
I dare say what you felt was this.
You son of a bitch.
By the sisters. You. What have you done to Hydaelyn?
If you want answers, you'll have to get them from Lord Golbez. Assuming you've the strength to face him. A pity I will not see the plan to fruition, but my part is done, and to fight with the thrill of battle in my heart makes it all the more worthwhile.
No! Wait! Where is she? Where is my sister?
At long last, I go to join the great flow.
It's the closest he's been to her in 5,000 years.
By the gates closing, there can be no doubt that he was the one who opened it.
Hydaelyn, I prayed we might meet once more.
She is likely still in the void. Take heart. We will find her yet.
So what now?
While you discuss how to proceed with your search, I would excuse myself to look around. There may be salvage that we could use at the camp.
In that case, I'll patrol the area for more voidsent.
Very well. Let us take a moment to consider our options.
Yeah, oh, look at Istini being optimistic. Yeah. Why does he look so defeated? We are closer to finding his sister, are we not? That they should go so far as to use Ashdaya's eye as bait. What could they be after? Oh, Ashdaya. So we have yet to discover the source of the voidsent outbreak in Garlemald. So we have discovered the void. A gate forced open from the void. The barrier between our worlds is especially thin here, I suspect. Elsewise, I see little reason why the Reapers chose to live in such an inhospitable place. Even if the conditions are ideal, we're talking about a gate that could pass an archfiend. Opening one so large could not have been easy. In the age of Alag, Emperor Xande created an enormous portal using prodigious amounts of aether harnessed by the Crystal Tower. In theory, a similar feat could be possible from within the void. One need but have the requisite amount of aether, such as that harbored by a great worm's eye. And it is the aether indeed. And its aether is indeed greatly diminished. In Elio's vision, Golbez let his archfiends feed upon Ashdaya's aether, if he has also taken an eye to open the gate. It does not bode well, I know. Nevertheless, we must remain hopeful and continue our search. What I find curious is why our foes chose to strike now, some 5,000 years after Ashdaya vanished into the void. And while their overarching plan remains a mystery, what exactly was Cagnazzo's part in that, what had he finished? MSA is good to glad to have you. I know he's a villain, but it felt fulfilling living out his two most desirable things, having a good fight and finally joining the Ethereal Sea, yeah. That reminds me of a gacha game I've been playing where you can only tell one character is Italian because of the hand thing. Comes out when she's upset. That's funny. If Cagnazzo intended was for his parting words to give us pause, then he has succeeded. To embrace death, to find satisfaction in oblivion. Perhaps is it indeed true that many voidsent yearn to return to the lifestream? Why does he look so defeated? We are closer to finding his sister, are we not? Okay, it's the same lines. Oh, Ashdaya, what has become of you? That even your eyes should be so spent of aether. I cannot bear the thought of her being held captive for a moment longer. But how will I find her? What must I do? Calm yourself, Vritra. I appreciate that you are upset, but such passion clouds your judgment. You must endeavor to remain composed. When your mind is clear, we may consider how to proceed with our search. You are right. In the meantime, I will help Alfino and Alice back at the village. That sounds like a fine idea. We should go as well. Hey, good to glad to have you. What do we think Asura is coming from? Most people are thinking Manderville. I think that's pretty reasonable, seeing as we've had, there has traditionally always been a trial associated with Manderville. Of some kind. There wasn't Stormblood. Was there in Heavensward? There wasn't a Realm Reborn. Pray, give me a moment longer. And in Dawntrail, we're getting that huge oh, they have to make a battle on the really, really big bridge. That has to be a thing, right? I didn't even think about... Oh, you know what? Thank you for that reminder. I need to write that down as a note. I didn't even think about that. I'm working on a right now with Mary Cam on a video on like the references in Dawntrail, and that's a great one, Infinite. Wait, Asura will be added to Dawntrail, right? Yeah. No. Asura's being added in 6.55. Asura is not a Dawntrail trial. Asura is going to be coming out in like 4 days. And it's a fun fight, I will tell you. I did it, I got to do it at the North American Fan Fest. It was very fun. Yeah, Asura is not a trial from 6. It's a battle in Thavner. The arena is in Thavner. And they even just put it up her image for the 6.55 content. Oh, sorry, no, it was Tam. No, it was Tam. Not you, Infinite. I want you to give all of your feel good and give it over to Tam. Greg better be coming back. Greg will be coming back, I'm sure. If there's no Greg, we write. Wait, yeah. Twitter theorizes that there are some parallels between Gilgamesh and Asura. Yeah, definitely, especially in some of the designs. Definitely. I'll have it. You feel good and all. I do see that you can see a lot of the Galatea, Magna, and Parva all around. I got some shots of them a while ago for... Was that for the Goldsmith video? Or was that for something else? Oh, you've come too. Let us take comfort in the knowledge that the Void Gate is closed and that the people of Garlemald need fear of the voidsent hordes no longer. Leave Vritra be. He needs time to be alone with his thoughts. We're here to help Alfino and Alice, are we? There's little else of interest here, so I wouldn't be opposed to the diversion. I don't see Vritra with you. Is everything all right? He needs a moment to himself while he's indisposed. We thought we'd lend you a hand. I've just finished patrolling the area, so we're fine on that front. There are no signs of voidsent, and I doubt we'll see any more now that the gate has been closed. That's for Alfino. He set his sights on the Cerulean Springs. We're hoping to take as much of the stuff as the snowcraft can bear. That much fuel would keep the people warm for a good while. We've managed to procure a few suitable containers for transporting the cerulean, and we're able to return to the spring. And if you've managed to scrounge up more containers, I can take what you have now and get them filled. Also, I just realized Shaloani is the place where they're going to be farming ceruleum in 7.0. So the twins going as ambassadors for Garlemald is actually a really good idea because now they have a huge access to ceruleum, and ceruleum is being sought out both in the New World and outside of the New World, so they could make a lot of trade partners from that. Lapis Manalis had a purpose. Thank you, Estinian. The more we can load into the snowcraft, the better. Would you and Y'shtola mind helping us with your search then? You'll need to take any suitable containers to the spring, and then back to the snowcraft once you filled them with ceruleum. We got a 7. Yeah, not bad, not great, not bad. Ryan, good to glad to have you. I've gotten max rating on Elio before though. The problem is Galatea isn't just about your character, it's about your party as a whole. This is less a container and more a sieve, given its poor condition and visible holes. Will this be solid enough? How many quests am I away from the trial? Any luck finding containers? It is a welcome change to have Zero helping us of her own volition. Perhaps she is finally beginning to trust us. Look, I didn't get any stacks of weaknesses nor nothing, and I have done that fight many times. So, I'm pretty confident of it. 10 minutes away without cutscenes? Holy moly, okay, we're close. The container appears to be well suited for repurposing. It would be a fine choice for cerulean storage. I wonder if 6.3 is shorter than 6.2, or if I'm just talking less. We'll never know. Okay, now that we've had no stutters, I'm gonna actually open you guys up so I can see some of your older stuff. Y'all are talking about Manorville. I imagine it tastes like antifreeze, so death. What? Wait, what tastes like antifreeze? What are y'all talking about? Y'all talking about Cagnasso and his JP voice actor. Is that Greenwatt? Yeah, okay, we caught up with that. You're just talking less. Thanks, Ray Ray. Trying to get it done in time for book club too, if I recall. True. Yeah. Yes, I've been a little bit on the. I've actually been on the ball today. We just need to carry this liquid fire to the snowcraft. Sounds simple enough. The container is now filled to the brim with ceruleum. I am literally holding a bomb. If that one has been filled, you should hurry and take it to the snowcraft. Estinian has already seen to the rest. Go on ahead. The others ask that I remain here in the event that they find more. Also, maybe the reason that they did this for Lapis Manalis and for Troya is also just to make sure people actually know that exploration mode exists. No, but I do think interweaving it into the story makes sense, too. Good work, my friend. I'll expect we'll have a sizable load to deliver. None of you make an inappropriate joke. So we're in the eastern mountains, so this should... Well, I guess we're really south, probably southeast then, right? So the mountains should have been east. Unless this is east, then it could have been the... That's east. So if we're due east and it's that way, it's like, yeah, if it's northwest, then it should have been like southeast, roughly so. God damn it, V! This exploration mode is not available for Endwalker dungeons yet. I'm pretty sure it is. Snowcraft is all but overflowing with cerulean containers. However, several of your comrades have yet to arrive. Perhaps a nearby vantage point will afford you a more favorable view of their return. Pretty sure I recorded a bunch of footage of Lapis. Am I crazy? Can someone check me if I'm crazy? Looking back to Lapis Manalis. Just say the word. Oh, okay. Also, I swear the day T didn't want to eat something dangerous, the universe will collapse. Is there no crafted Rubicante minion for 0.55? I'm gonna cry. I mean, maybe they'll... no, I guess if they were going to make him if they were going to sell a Rubicon, I mean, they would have done that before. Like, if they were going to make him like an Endwalker... Maybe he's going to be in a art... Oh, you know what I bet? I bet you the Rubicante minion's going to be the Endwalker patch content art book.
Is Ritra not back yet?
My apologies for
Oh,
the
they already
delay.
confirmed it? What timing on my part?
Are you
Thanks,
all
Laffy.
right?
I am. As distressing as this turn of events was, the eye itself gives me cause to hope. While it is no longer possessed of Ashdaya's will, it may yet lead us to her. Were it not for your encouragement, I would never have dared to embark on my search, much less come this far. I will not lose faith. I will find my sister, wheresoever she may be.
We'll return the eye to her, together.
Though tainted, the eye has not fully succumbed to darkness. Ashdaya herself may have been able to resist its influence.
That's pretty.
Well, as much as we'd love to take part in your next foray, we can't abandon our efforts here.
Indeed. We'll need to keep a close watch, in case the Void Gate opens again as well. Though should it prove safe to do so, I have some ideas for how we might put this village to use.
Do what you must. We will manage.
To free Ashdaya, I expect we will have to deal with Golbears once and for all, after which you may undertake your work without worry.
We look forward to the glad tidings.
You'll take good care of everyone, won't you?
What? Why do you ask me this?
Because comrades look out for one another, and I can't think of anyone more qualified to keep them safe.
True. I will do no less than I've promised.
If our respective plans are settled, then let us head back.
God damn it, Infinite. Yeah, you're not... Okay, explore... Okay, wait. So before we go in, I'm gonna double check this, just because I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah, Explorer exists for Lapis Manalis. Yeah, Lapis... Yeah, Explorer... Since Explorer mode came out, every time a dungeon is released, it has Explorer mode immediately. Vritra has quelled the tempest within his heart. He should be fine. In case the Void Gate opens again. Yeah, dude, I definitely think they're gonna use the ceruleum in Lapis Manalis until they can get the platforms and stuff up working again. And then if Garlemald's a huge exporter for ceruleum to the world, that'd be huge. Evilo for Gerant. Faux Gerant. God damn it. God. I'm not your keeper, nor do I know what you expect of me, but I will keep my word. It was good to see you again. I hope you'll remember to call us sooner the next time you need help. I must apologize for my bout of melancholy. To be so easily shaken, ill becomes a great worm. You've remained at my side and ever offered me support and encouragement. I haven't the words to thank you. I don't know why, but Varshan's become one of my favorites to voice. I'm not saying it's good accent or anything, I'm just saying it's fun. I suppose this is where we part ways for now. Though we have every faith in you, we will pray for your safety all the same. I'm glad we had the chance to talk, Zero. Take care. Till next time. See, but those two gotta reunite too, so like... Although, actually, wait, they do, because we come back for 6.4, so yeah. Till next time. Y'all being a bunch of goblins trying to burn it down. By the way, did you guys ever come up with an answer as to what moblins sound like? Are they still just Mexican? What was it, Spanish? Spanish-speaking Scoblin? Habla español? Mucho grande el gobble. Am I right in assuming that we are to return to the void? None of the matters here have been settled, yes, but first we should return to Razatan to prepare. When everyone is ready, let us reconvene at the Megaduda. Vilio forgery. Y'all just like making it worse. Adrian, good to glad to have you. Hey, there's Rouge. Wait, I can just teleport to the Megaduda. Mucho Grande Goblin, Moblin, and all you doing is just Scoppy Booms. What did we talk about earlier today? Oh, there's something... One of the subjects we talked about with Chris and those guys I wanted to ask you about. What was it? Maybe it'll come back to me.
If everyone is ready, then let us depart for Al-Zadal's legacy.
This feels safe. Yeah, I don't think Al-Zadal's legacy exists anymore.
What was that?
Mobby worms.
A deluge of ether. The mark of a terrible magic.
It wasn't far from here. Let's go.
Let's reconvene at the Megadude as dispatches prey return to the Waking Sands. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, that's a good point, Ray. It's good. It is a good thing we got the treasure out when we did.
Hey, you! Stop! If you're thinking of taking to sea, don't!
What has happened?
We were out working our nets when a light suddenly shot up over Bowflower Isle with a boom. A massive fiend then took to the skies. Another blasphemy, we feared, but we didn't linger to find out.
Did you see where it was headed?
I can't say for sure, but it looked like it was northward bound.
I see. Our thanks for the warning, and do not let us keep you. Bafla Al is connected to Al-Zadal's legacy. This cannot be a coincidence.
In response to Karnyatso's defeat, they have come for our gate.
So it seems. I would ascertain the situation at the vault, but the fiend must be dealt with, ere people come to harm. I shall assume my dragon form and seek it out at once.
Wait. You heard the fisherman. A blasphemy, they called it. If another flying creature was sighted now, others will assume the worst and panic will spread. This is not the way.
I do like that the fallout of the blasphemies is still a part of the, like, running concern. We can work together on this. We'll figure it out.
You are right, Estinian. I will gather my soldiers and search the Isle for casualties. The fiend, I leave to you.
Final call for the trial. If you want to join in,
the hunt
check in with
will
V.
go more swiftly with help. Zero, might I prevail upon you to accompany him?
Very well.
Then Estinian and I will make for Al-Zadar's legacy and secure the gate.
Stay on your guard. The enemy is clever and will have anticipated our response. Be safe, my friends, and may the sisters guide your steps.
We know the fiend was headed north, but that still leaves us a lot of ground for a few of us to cover. We need a way to conduct our search more efficiently. Do you have any ideas? I know some people who may have seen something. Let's split up and talk to them. In other words, we seek help from the locals. If you think that's best, then very well. So where to, then? First, we'll be going over to Palka's stand. Then, the Great Work. Or, first the Great Work. The Great Work and the encampment at the Hamsa Hatchery. If both places are to the north, then the people there may indeed have seen something. Very well. I'll head to the Great Work and leave the encampment to you. Oops. Picked the wrong places. Al-Zadal no longer has a legacy. Wait. Oh, right, because it's... Okay. I will be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay. Y'all enjoy staring at me run into a mountain? Shipped to Eorzean's grass. No! Clawtrap Eorzean the 16th or the 14th. Wait, it is the 14th though, that's funny. Who put that rock in my way? Yes, yeah, just keep flying off into the sunset. I saw the light over there on Buffalo's remains, too. Did you? We sent scouts to investigate, but they've yet to report back. We will continue to keep watching, but if you learn anything, be sure to let us know. These fishermen saw a fiend emerge from the Buffalo's remnants before heading north, you say? I saw what I thought was about a flame flung from the explosion, but now I wonder. It flew north in the direction of Kaka. It is in fact a fiend, then we have yet to trouble on our hands. We must remain vigilant. If only Rowan was here, I could ask him whether the island remnant's name comes from 11 as well. Hey, Nadim. I presume you come to investigate the explosion at Buffalo remnants as well. We've yet to ascertain precisely what had happened. Is there any information you can share with us? Well, we know bits and pieces. Likely that there's a voidsent responsible. A fiend emerged from the explosion and flew towards Khadga. By the sisters! If I had learned of that sooner, never mind. There is no time to waste. Confound it, we were so concerned with the explosion that we failed to recognize that the threat had not yet passed. We must alert command at once and instruct the people to seek shelter. Is there any way to the top of Khadga? What? You mean to go there to investigate? Then again, you are more than capable of defending yourself. As you wish, we will leave this in your hands. The giant skull grounds are situated at the base of Khadga. I myself am not familiar with the mountain paths, but the quarry workers are bound to know many. Ketanar, for instance, has worked there the longest. Go well, my friend, and may the sisters keep you. .5 part 2 is it coming? Yep, 6.55 is coming. Very, very soon. It's Friday today, right? Which means we got Friday, we got Saturday, Sunday, literally, well, I guess Monday also is going to be off. Also, though, guys, don't forget, spend Monday, be prepared to spend Monday not playing the game. It's going to be going on. Cranberry cakes. What the fuck? Yeah, fly halfway back to Gearbani. Well, I mean, okay, let's see, let's see the island real quick. If you kept, we would reach Cape Meat. I would fly off into Cape Meat. You went to climb to Khadga. You couldn't have chosen a worse time. There were earthquakes earlier, and it triggered a rock slide. I'm afraid the main path to the summit may be blocked. But if you are determined to go, then I suggest you speak with Sramul. He climbs like a langier and might know some other way up, if not the gentlest. Final call for if you want to join in on the trial. Final call if you want to join in on the trial. If you want to join in, feel free to put it in chat, and we will figure it out. Dude, you know what I just realized? I hadn't thought about this. I hope when they update the textures, they make the material of the giant skull like reflect and shiny compared to the rock. Oh, dude, that would be so cool. Oh, I'm so excited to see what Thavnir looks like after the graphics update. So, how to reach the top of Khadga? After what has happened, that should be the last place anyone sane would want to be. But yes, I am familiar with another route that should still be passable. I was once afraid of heights, you see, and I used it to build my courage. Though I cannot say I have the courage to brave it under these conditions. I'll take you to where the route starts, but no further, alright? Is giant gold shiny when unpolished? I don't know, but it would at least refract light, right?
Hello, can you hear me? We were too late. The vault has been destroyed. The alchemical furnace with it. This was their true objective, to deny us entry into the void. Kanyatso and Ajdaya's eye were a diversion. A means to detain us in Garlemald, while they went to work here. To reduce the vault to rubble. That which you hunt is no ordinary foe. Have care.
The Archfiend of Fire.
Such an exquisite sight. A canvas of vibrant colors. As was our world, too, once.
One of Golbez's champions, I presume.
I am Rubicante, the archfiend of fire. A monster in flesh, yet in spirit I remain a man. A prisoner of the past. Such tears I wept when darkness consumed the world, until Lord Golbez came and spoke of salvation. Thus do I walk proudly at his side, to see his dream fulfilled. Your heart is pure. For benevolent cause you seek the dragon. But I cannot allow you to have it. Cannot allow you to interfere. If you would continue, then there is but one recourse. I shall await you at the summit. Come, mortal. Come and weigh your righteousness against mine.
Yeah. Rubicante is Mount Ordeals, now accessible. Which is a Final Fantasy IV reference. That Rubicante is Thancred. Barbaricia is Nidana's. I don't know who Scarmiglione is. And then Cagnazzo is, I believe, Gosetsu's, though I may be wrong about that. Oh, we didn't get a full stack? Oh well. That's okay. The Void is pretty much a garbage dump after 10 million linear. It's also, remember, it's fused to his body. His clothes are also his body. And it's, you know, the veil that he tries, if you notice, he tries to hide the sort of demonic part of him, and it's only the more man parts that are shown. Okay. Let's hit it. Oh, it's going to be on Hermes'? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Forgive me if there is any singing along. Also, if you haven't, you should check out the Autarch of Flame, Rubicante. You should check out my Forged in Crimson lyrical lore.
You stayed the course, as I knew you would. As too will I.
void calls. Fire's flames, wanna trade, death now to your cries, death now to your cries. Search.
The archfiend of fire has no equal.
In the darkness, be by fear consumed. Darkness cold where not ever blooms. What is this even like on normal? I don't even remember. I've only done it on EX, so... I'm gonna be a little bit too close. We'll see.
Darkest flames to me. Naught but ash will remain.
In the darkness, be by fear consumed. In dance my watching crimson fire. In the darkness, be by fear consumed. Hearts turn cold where not ever blooms. How much is it gonna turn by? Same ball. Oh, okay, it turned full around.
Naught but ash will remain.
In case you haven't noticed, by the way, to me, servants of flame, my flames shall consume all. This is the mountain that you see from when you do his quest. You can even see the grave of his friend in the back.
Allow me to show you real flame. You've strength worthy enough of pride. But will it be enough?
He's just teleport back. Oh, okay,
I am
right.
one with the flames. You are the first to behold this form.
Where not ever blue.
The
rise higher. Look now on my essence made pure. Destruction incarnate.
Vino!
To ashes with you. Tear you asunder!
Ray, no! Let it break at will.
Flames to lick at your heels.
Good job, guys. Cleared. Hey, good job. You guys want to take a photo? Okay, don't forget to sit and reset. Or be a Ray and have to be special. Where's print screen on this keyboard? There we go. Sweet. Sorry, I have a new keyboard that I'm in the middle of trying to figure out all of its ins and outs. There we go. Okay. Continuing on. Ha, on repeat, it's 90% how it feels to be consumed by voidsent. That bass line, yeah, is very good. It's a very good song. I can't believe they got Hydaelyn. Yeah. Neri showed me the original meme song that they did. A famous remixer did a remix of the Four Fiends, and they also did this version of the song for people who don't know.
It seems I was a step too slow.
To defeat all of us archfiends. You are strong indeed.
Why is it that you fight? What are you trying to save?
You would know your enemy's heart. Very well. It bleeds more than you can ever understand. But I will speak, and you will listen, and learn how all began.
How long has it been since the world was undone? Since light and life gave way to darkness and undeath? Since we were reduced to beasts befouled, squabbling over what scant ether remains? But you are different. You remember who you were, and the paradise for which you fought. That world will never be ours again. But we need not suffer in this purgatory of death and rebirth forever. Join me, and together we shall seek the promised land.
Seek last.
There is no hope, no freedom from the wheel. You speak a fantasy.
I speak truth, the Ascian's revelation. There are other worlds than this. Ours is but one of 14. There is no greater proof than the whispers we hear, born of a neighboring reality. A reality to which we may journey if we can but break down the barrier that divides us.
You meant it then. We will take this world as our own. Count me in.
In return for your strength, I offer you opportunity to pursue your own ends in service to a greater cause. A glorious kingdom of light, wherein all may know death's sweet embrace.
And thus did we begin our great work.
You intend to forsake the 13th and conquer the Source?
Just so. Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
You served Golbez of your own volition.
As atonement for my failures, I tried to be a hero. Tried to stop the war. But I could not.
So in turn you wage another.
A means to a final end. the wheel of depravity must be broken. Even the most exalted succumb. We eat and deepen the stain upon our souls, until only the hunger remains. Is this to be our fate for all eternity?
I don't know. About this and a great many things. But I do know that it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. Not
And there's the
everything need be a
thesis.
trade. This I learned from the people of this world. Even without a contract, without any expectation of personal gain, they labor for one another. I didn't understand it at first, and perhaps I still don't. But if I'm to achieve something, I'd rather do it their way. Else I am already a hunger-maddened beast.
Perhaps we have indeed surrendered to the hunger after a fashion. Make for our moon. There you will find both Lord Golbez and your dragon.
Why would you tell us this? Are you betraying Golbez?
To be so viciously slandered. Pride demands I prove my virtue at the last. And perhaps your own will resonate with his, and draw forth that singular jewel which abides deep within his heart. A desire which lies beyond his quest to free us from our purgatory. A desire all his own.
Yet peace. My inquiries delayed me. I am not accustomed to conversation, but I'm glad I arrived in time to speak with Rubicante. As much as I understand his motives, I believe there's a better way. Yours. The future you strive for is one I wish to see, and I want to know why I feel this way. Why this fire burns in my breast. There's nothing more for us here. What of Alzadal's legacy? Has there been word from Yshtol and the others? Alzadal's gone. I see. Frustrating, perhaps, but better than the gate being destroyed. Better be that the gate be destroyed than used to unleash more voidsent. We should return to the Megaduta and rejoin the others. I love your Rubicante. Well, I mean, he of the four of them, right? Of the four archfiends, he's utterly sincere and he's noble. I think he's wrong in that he'd rather sacrifice another world to save his own. But I mean, like, literally, I thought this since 6.3 came out. Zero's comment there is the thesis of this 6.x, really, that it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. If only we could be free of this wheel, yeah. Brentalfloss gave you the perfect FF. What are the Brentalfloss FF Victory lyrics? It's good to see you both return to Hydaelyn. Your friend arrived not long ago and are already with the satrap. Shall I show you in here? Show you in? Well, that's an interesting thought, Ray. Except for Thancred isn't a sundered soul. So remember that to have a shard of someone else on another reflection, you have to have a soul that's a sundered soul. And not all souls are sundered souls. Like Y'shtola's isn't, Thancred's isn't, Uriange's isn't.
Thank goodness you're both all right. Unfortunately, we have nothing further to report apart from the loss of the gate. But tell us, how did you fare on the mountain?
I was able to stop Rubicante. But we learned a few things, like where Golbez is.
Golbez aspires to deliver voidsent unto the source, where they may die and return to the life stream to be reborn.
Far be it for me to deny them, but the cost to our people would be beyond unconscionable.
Indeed, voidsent themselves are inherently dangerous. Never mind the chaos sure to follow should the barrier twixt our worlds be shattered. 'Twould be naught less than a calamity.
We can't let this happen. What can we do to prevent it?
Certainly not. That said, our task has been rendered rather difficult.
Indeed. Rubicante have deprived us of a means to cross into the void.
Kenyat's
yes,
fate.
Ray.
That was doubtless what he meant when he said his part was done.
Golbez sacrificed 2 archfiends just to stop us. He must need more time to break the barrier to our world.
Then the days ahead will be critical. We must find a way back to the 13th.
We could employ another Atomos, but that approach would only be viable if we found another planar fissure. An unlikely prospect. Better we explore other avenues. If you will excuse my absence, I shall return to Sharlayan to look for information.
By all means. Meanwhile, I shall seek the counsel of our alchemists.
Time is of the essence, so wish me luck.
I'm no scholar. I'll find another way to keep myself busy here.
Y'shtola alone will be more than a match for those tomes.
I don't doubt it. She's a veritable researcher of light.
ROL.
Zero. May we call upon thee when next we venture unto the 13th.
Aye. And in case you're wondering, I won't ask for further payment. I will go for myself, to try and understand why I spoke the words I said to Rubicante. And the fire I felt within, when you all came to my aid in Garlemald.
While our esteemed sorceress battles her tomes, let us see to our own affairs.
I will not fail you again, sister.
Body. Before you leave, I would once more express my gratitude. By your hand, Thebner has been saved yet again. But before you delivered my people, you helped me rediscover hope. In the sight of my sister has left me bereft and adrift for a time. You may have lost the gate in Alzal's legacy, but there must be another way to travel to the void. And together, we will find it. For now, I bid the rest of you recover your strength. I too shall have my vessel improved ahead of our next foray. To achieve his ends, Golbez has sacrificed his 4 generals. Such a ruthless foe is unpredictable in the extreme. But no matter what he plots, we shall do our utmost to see that he does not succeed. Bum 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 bum. Meanwhile, on the 13th. Meanwhile, on the moon of the 13th.
Kenyatso and Rubicante have joined with the Great Flow. In this world, 'tis the ravenous who are useful, and few were as ravenous as they. You were fine pawns, my archfiends, and you have played your parts to perfection. But with the goal in sight, I need no minions to do my bidding. Hereon, I shall walk alone.
And that is why you will fail. The fact that seals kind of look like barbed wire, ugh.
At long, long last, the end draws nigh. The end to life on that star, and the end to my suffering.
Okay, that's it. 6.3 done. A whole hour earlier than and I'll literally finish at 6 right on time to do Lore Book Club. However, I'm gonna be a little late for that. Let me catch up on you guys before we go out. Like, good to glad to have you. Caught us right at the end. Moon is super haunted. Moon is super haunted. Who is he talking to? I talk to myself like that. Well, he doesn't have a choice. Yeah. Ooh, made it back just in time for the ending. Yeah, musico. He's talking to Golbez, clearly. Watching you do the patch first time and choking on food when you recognize the moon crater he's located in was pure gold. Was I eating when that happened? Yeah, with realizing that he's in the crater of the Mare Lamentorum of the 13th, and that there was where Zodiarch's Aether would be residing. The question was he Zodiarch, or was he made up of Zodiarch's Aether? Was he Zodiarch? Was he pulling? What happened to Zodiarch's Aether? And we will find out in the next episode tomorrow in 6.4. Are we still doing book club? Yes, Light has a point, yeah. Being alone on the moon for thousands of years probably make you crazy enough to monologue at every opportunity. It is fair to point out that he does come off the moon sometimes, because we see him on the 13th when he gets the archfiends in the first place. But yeah, your point still stands, Laffy. Okay, any final thoughts, any final bits of bobs, any final things about 6.3 or going 6.4 that people want to mention or think I'm gonna do? And also, Friendly gonna do all the winding up things. Hey, if you want to support us, you can support us over on patreon.com/Eorzean Archives, where you get your name in the banner above my head, as well as the end of videos. It goes a long way towards supporting us, and we appreciate it very much. You can also give us super chats here, or right now we're not doing it, because I'm gonna be holding off from doing more streams after we catch up on the MSQ. I haven't been trying to aim for rewards, but maybe we'll do that if we come back in the future for streaming that. But we do have T Live for stream, mainly for streams. Beyond that, you can also get Archon here if you want emotes. If you want to join our community, you can join us at discord.gg/Eorzean Archives, where you can join us for all sorts of community events and all sorts of other fun things that we do. We do things like Blue Mage, Bagia, Eureka, leveling, gathering, collecting mounts, all of that fun stuff. Next time on LEOZ. Hey, he said, good to glad to have you. To be continued. Yeah, indeed. Okay. But yeah, if no one has anything left, I think I'll go ahead and move on over to book club. And then I have to do raiding after that. Oh my god, I'm already so tired. Oh my god. I still have work yet to do. Well, either way, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your evenings, and I will see you, many of you, very, very soon over in the Discord for book club. Cheers, everybody. And next time there will be more Deadpool, promise.